So, good morning. I'm going to read the Court of the Tabernacle. Okay. He made the altar of burnt offering of acacia wood. 5 cubits was its length, and 5 cubits its width. It was square, and its height was 3 cubits. He made its horns on its 4 corners. The horns were of one piece with it, and he overlaid it with bronze. He made all the utensils for the altar, the pans, the shovels, the basins, the forks, and the fire pans. All its utensils he made of bronze. And he made a grate of bronze network for the altar, under its rim, midway from the bottom. He cast 4 rings for the 4 corners of the bronze grating as the holders for the poles. And he made the poles of acacia wood, and overlaid them with bronze. Then he put the poles into the rings on the sides of the altar, with which to bear it. He made the altar hollow with boards. He made the laver of bronze and its base of bronze, from the bronze mirrors of the serving women who assembled at the door of the tabernacle of meeting. When he made the court on the south side, the hangings of the court were of fine woven linen, 100 cubits long. There were 20 pillars for them, with 20 bronze sockets. The books of the pillars and their hands were silver. On the north side, the hangings were 100 cubits long, with 20 pillars and their 20 bronze sockets. The hooks of the pillars and their hands were silver. And on the west side, there were hangings of 50 cubits, with 10 pillars and their 10 sockets. The hooks of the pillars and their bands were silver. For the east side, the hangings were 50 cubits. The hangings of one side of the gate were 15 cubits long, with their 3 pillars and 3 sockets. And the same for the other side of the court gate. On this side, and there were hangings of 15 cubits, with their 3 pillars and their 3 sockets. All the hangings of the court all around were fine woven linen. The sockets for the pillars were bronze, the hooks of the pillars and their bands were silver, and the overlay of their capitals was silver, and all the pillars of the court had bands of silver. The screen for the gate of the court was woven with blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and of fine woven linen. The length was 20 cubits, and the height along with its width was 5 cubits, corresponding to the hangings of the court. And there were 4 pillars, with their 4 sockets of bronze, and their hooks were silver, and overlay of their capitals and their hands was silver. All the pegs of the tabernacle and of the court all around were bronze. This is the inventory of the tabernacle, the tabernacle of the testimony, which was counted according to the commandment of Moses, for the service of the Levites, and the hand of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. I need to blow my nose for a second here. Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made all that the Lord had commanded Moses. And with him was Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, an engraver and designer, a weaver of blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and of fine linen. See, men can sew and do stuff too. All of the gold that was used in all the work of the holy place, that is, the gold of the offering, was 29 talents and 730 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. And the silver from those who were numbered of the congregation was 100 talents and 1,775 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. A bekah for each man, that is half a shekel, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, for everyone included in the numbering from 20 years old and above, for 603,550 men. From the 100 talents of silver were cast the sockets of the sanctuary and the bases of the veil, 100 sockets from the 100 talents 1 talent for each socket. Then, from the 1,775 shekels, he made hooks for the pillars, overlaid their capitals, and made bands for them. The offerings of bronze was 70 talents and 2,400 shekels. And with it he made the sockets for the door and of the tabernacle of meeting, the bronze altar, the bronze grating for it, and all the utensils for the altar, the sockets for the court all around, the bases for the court gate, all the pegs for the tabernacle, and all the pegs for the court all around. So, they did a lot of work on the tabernacle. Okay? Jesus said that our bodies, okay, are kind of like the tabernacle. Alright? Think of all the work that went into that. Think of all the work that went into making our bodies. Think of our DNA. Think of just all the details. Do you really think it's an accident that you are the way you are? Do you really think it's an accident that from the minute of conception, all the information of who you are has already started, and you're already starting to grow and form? You're not just a sack of cells, because that's a tumor. You're not a tumor. Trust me. My mom had tumors. And you are a real, live human being. From the moment of conception, you are a miracle. If your parents had 1,000,000 children, the chance of them having one just like you, outside of a twin or something like that, okay, is like slim to nothing. You are unique. There will never be another you in all of history. Never. So when you look in the mirror, no matter what you think of yourself, if you're thinking right now, oh, I might not be that pretty, or I might be too tall, or too short, or too fat, or too skinny, or whatever. My nose might be too big, or my nose might be too small. Just think you are a unique human that God created. That's pretty special. Because, see, when I was younger, I used to be jealous of my sisters, because my sisters are beautiful. They're knockouts. And I kind of felt like the ugly duckling a little bit, because they always had boyfriends all the time, and I didn't have anybody. I had 2 boyfriends, not at the same time, but 2 boyfriends in general, before I met my husband. Now, looking back, I'm glad, because I had that time to get close to God. I had that time to get to know myself. Sometimes you got to be happy being single. Sometimes you got to be happy being by yourself for a while, And at the time, you might think, oh, goodness, everybody else has somebody. I'm so lonely. But, you're not really lonely. You have God. And if you accept what Jesus did on the cross for you, you have Jesus. He's the number 1 man in your life. Because he's going to bring you the man that you really love. He's going to bring you a wonderful husband. You got to pray for it. I would suggest read a lot of relationship books and apply them. There's a lot of good Christian relationship books, too. There is one, I can't remember the name of it, but it was written by a husband and a wife. And the first half of the book is written in the wife's perspective, and the second half is written in the husband's perspective. So you can see the differences in how men and women think, and it's very, very different. Women think very early on, oh, I'm in love. Men, a lot of times, they'll just have roving eyes and roving fingers when they're young, because that's all they're caring about at the moment. They're not thinking, I'm going to marry her, I'm going to be there forever, unless they're a rare jewel. Because my husband, he is a rare jewel. He never wanted to sow his oats. He wanted to have a family. Be married and have a family. That's all he cared about. He is the best man in God's green earth. I mean, I am so blessed. I never have to worry about my husband really hurting me, you know. We might get mad at each other and ruffle each other's feathers and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, he protects my heart. He loves me. He loves our girls. He thinks, how would I want a man to treat our girls? And he treats me good. So our girls get to see how a man is supposed to treat a woman. So men out there, if you are a boyfriend to somebody or a husband to somebody, think about how you would want your daughters to be treated. Because if you're cheating on your girlfriend or hitting her, treating her bad, you're showing your daughters, if you have any, that that's okay. And it's not. If you have sons, you're teaching them it's okay to treat a woman that way. And it's not. God wanted men and women to be equal. He made Adam and Eve together. He took her out of Adam's rib. That's close to his heart. Just because she was made second, doesn't mean second best. When Adam saw Eve, he said, whoa, man. And that's how we got our name, women. Whoa, man. I mean, he thought, wow, God made such an amazing creation. So, y'all treat each other good. If you're in a relationship, treat each other good. Treat each other excellent. Like Bill and Ted said. But, anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. So, all you Facebookers and YouTubers, peace.